Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for DXY, or the US dollar currency index. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott wave theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here with the main count that we've been tracking, which is this one, in where we have had a wave 1, 2 of primary, 1, 2 of intermediate, 3, 4 of intermediate, and now looking to create that 5th of the intermediate to complete the 3rd of primary that we started again since the lows around the May 2021. With this one, the idea is that we have already created this 4th of primary, 4th of intermediate, and we could have possibly completed 1, 2, 1, 2 of this 5th of intermediate, so the last leg. It is possible that this wave 1 up top here is actually up in here where we have this minute structure, just because again we are spending so much time in here at the moment that this does not really make too much sense to me anymore. This wave 2 is so small in comparison to this one, it just doesn't really fit the picture anymore. So for the next time I'm showing you this, I'm most likely putting this wave 1 of minor, or the yellow count, up in here, and this whole structure would be some kind of a wave 2 coming down as a 1, 2 instead of a 1, 2, 1, 2. Hopefully that makes some sense. Now on smaller time frame, again, there is a possibility that instead of this being the end here, we would be coming down and taking and sweeping these lows still. At that point, again, we would be expecting these lows to be taken out as well. We have already taken out these highs here with this current price, so this definitely has the potential of being something new already in place or in play. But if we are looking at closer, this structure that we are having coming down, there is a possibility where this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 3, 4, and 5, so creating a couple of different divergences at lows. At the moment we do have some divergence here already in play, so it could be that this is already done, or what I would be expecting is one more low here, sweeping out these lows after a retracement. That would be giving us that double divergence that I would be expecting according to this smaller time frame here. It is possible that we are creating some kind of diagonal here and this whole thing is already done, but we'll see. At the moment, however, due to this divergence here, I'm thinking that this is indeed a 5-way structure, so I do think that this needs a partner leg at least coming down. So some kind of retracement, higher time frame retracement is in order before we are going to come down, and that is just due to the strength of this move here. Previously, before that, we had this as a potential, again, 3-way move upwards. Before that, again, another ABC here. So this is very 3-way structure-ish, this whole count, all the way, well, basically all the way from here on out, from May 2022. I'll have another count for that, which I'm going to share with you in just a moment. But yeah, that is the ideas here. We could be definitely taking out the lows here once we create this structure, and we definitely need to be keeping an eye out on this channel here. Again, if we are having this wave 1 at the top here, when we are getting back to the golden pocket, then I would be expecting us to pivot up at least late at that point, so doing something like this. This would most likely have a confluence with the time as well, around the 17th of October, where we have this channel pivoting to that golden pocket. So there is definitely a area of interest within time as well, once on or when this is supposed to be happening. So that is the ideal area. But yeah, that's just one possibility. Of course, something else can happen and we just rise through the roof. But yeah, that is my bias at the moment. The other scenario that we were tracking previously was this one, in which we have already created a 3rd of primary here around the highs of May 2022. Since then, we would possibly have a very short wave 4 here. Again, it does not really have alteration between this 4 here, so it is not the best in my opinion. But this is just due to the fact that we are having this as a possible 3-way structure expanding diagonal here in the end, because again, all of these moves from the lows of May 2022 have been a pretty 3-wave-ish. If we can see this as a 3 waves here, 3 waves here, and this of course could be one more low here, But yeah, that is definitely possible that it is already ended here, and now we will be just getting higher or creating some kind of more complex WXY up in here for that fifth wave, a double zigzag or triple zigzag even up to the highs. The minimum we want to be seeing here is $119, because if we are thinking that this is indeed a expanding diagonal, we can see that the wave 3 is actually larger than wave 1, so the expectation here is as well that wave 5 is larger than wave 3. And if we are looking at this projection here, we are comparing this leg here pivoted from these current lows to the upside, and 1-to-1 would be here around $119.87. So the minimum we would want to see is that one. At that point again, if we are getting a three-wave structure or a structure that looks three-wave-ish, whether it's a double zigzag or triple, we could be ending this whole thing around here, $120. And then especially we could be starting to look for some kind of a retracement downwards, and then we can be pondering more about the higher time frame pictures at what this actually, this five-way structure here could be part of, whether it is actually part of a larger structure that where we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or whether this whole thing could be counted correctively climbing higher. We'll look into that later on, but at the moment it's still not really relevant. But the main thing is that once this is reached, and we do have some divergences happening here, that is going to give us some kind of alerts that, okay, definitely need to be keeping an eye out on this, because again, if the DXY is going to be dropping down, all the markets are going to be pumping hard, and that is what I'm expecting here. Again, we've had this rise basically since January 2021. Of course, this small time or these structures here before we are starting to get these thirds on way, or wave 3s on the way. It is very much of a sideways action all the way up to September 2021, or the highs that we had on Bitcoin, for example, in November 2021. And since then, again, we've had massive rise in DXY. But yeah, that is something to keep in mind. Once we get, or if we get up in here and start to project down, that is definitely an area of interest to get into the markets more, with a higher time frame in mind as well. But I think that is going to do it for today's video on DXY. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes, and link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.